up, y'all? This is Tracy from Nerd Squish, and today we'll be talking about the 2019 Child's Play. We're gonna talk about the movie that everybody's been freaking out about in good ways and in bad ways. 2019 Child's Play. I think I had the same reaction that kind of everybody did when we first heard the news about this. Oh, the Chucky franchise is like still thriving. They're gonna make a TV show, but oh, hold up, these other people want to come in and make a movie and just like redo everything. Hollywood, man. So I went in expecting to hate this. Even though there was like some level of excitement there. I think because, you know, the movie has a lot of really good elements working for it, okay? You've got, number one, you've got Mark Hamill doing the voice of Chucky. Then you have Aubrey Plaza, who I love Aubrey Plaza. Like, she is tight. So, what else? Was there anything else that I was like, oh, that's cool? I don't know. I say there was a lot of cool elements. There was two things. Apparently that's a lot to me. Anyway, so I scurry into that theater, plop down with my nachos, and I'm expecting to just be like, meh. But I can honestly say, after seeing the movie last night, I really enjoyed it. Was it mind-blowing? No. Was it better than the original? No. But I think the thing that made this movie good was it wasn't trying to be the original Child's Play. It took its own spin. It did not have any nods or fan services, to my knowledge, to the original, which I liked. I liked that it was its own separate monster, which is what I think the only way it was gonna be successful, right? Right. First and foremost, I think the thing that I really liked about it is the fact that, you know, even though I was excited about Mark Hamill doing the voice of Chucky, I was like, oh man, like, am I gonna walk in here and like hear Joker? Like, am I just, every time he's gonna open his mouth, I'm gonna hear Joker? Because all I could imagine was Mark Hamill, you know, trying to do what Brad Dourif did. Like, kind of the maniacal laugh and stuff like that. And I was like, well, if he does that route, it's gonna come off sounding like the Joker. And it would be like, okay, where's Batman? You try to fight the Dark Knight here. But he didn't do that. He did not do that. He played him, I mean, first and foremost, because the Chucky was, you know, it wasn't Charles Lee Ray. It wasn't a voodoo spell with a serial killer type thing. It was its own thing. It was a play on, I think, what is plaguing humanity right now. We're all, as I say this, you're watching this on a computer or on a phone, we're all like way too plugged into everything. Which I loved because, you know, I yelled at Matt when he bought friggin' Alexa because, you know, I know Peg Bundy Smart House is going to show up in here at any moment. Just take over this house and I'm not ready for it. But he played him very in the manner of half robot, half machine, half childlike, half like a kid. You know, he had this very like childlike innocence to where he didn't understand to the full extent, I think, why or what he was doing, but he was doing these things because he felt like he had to for his friend or for his, should I say, master, the person that was not inadvertently telling him to do these things, but you know what I mean. The movie definitely didn't creep me out when it comes to all the like smart technology. You know, they showed, which I know this is gonna be like a thing, self-driving cars. Is this a thing already? I don't know. All I know is my butt ain't getting in a self-driving car. I said that before this movie. After this movie, definitely not getting in a self-driving car. That's just room for error, you know? I mean, I understand that a lot of times the reason people get in wrecks is because they're stupid and they're doing things they shouldn't be doing. But at the same time, like, people can correct a mistake real quick. If a machine malfunctions and you can't, like, stop it, you just gonna die. So I definitely, that was the scary part. Overall, the movie is not terrifying, but it did have some really, really good kill scenes. They had gore, so that was cool. They didn't shy from it. They had a classy amount of humor. It wasn't humor to the extent where you would call this a horror comedy, but it had well-timed humor that I think added to the whole picture of things. Still don't like the way Chucky looked. If they wanted it to look terrifying, I mean, I guess they did succeed in that, but I guess at the end of the day, like, the original Chucky is my Chucky. Like, that new thing's face was just, it was weird. Now, don't get me wrong, I freaked out when I originally saw it in, like, trailers and pictures and stuff like that. When the movie starts, you're like, ugh, it's that face. As the movie goes on, you get used to it, and it's not as distracting as it is when the movie first starts. They did have, I say they did have a lot. They kept saying, oh, we have practical effects. It's not all CGI. You could see where there was a lot of puppeteering and practical effects when it came to Chucky. However, there was a lot of parts that were just so in your face CGI. And I am a CGI hater. Hi, my name is Tracy. I hate CGI. No matter what. I don't care what it is. I hate it. Now that being said, there are movies that benefit from it. There are situations that benefit from CGI. Jurassic Park, a lot of practical effects, but they have a lot of CGI. And when those two little things get married and made a dinosaur, it was beautiful and it looked real. The problem with CGI, and I think I heard this in the podcast with Eli Roth when he sits down with Greg Nicotero and Rob Zombie, and they're talking about how even in older movies, when they're using a practical effect, and even though it's like older and it might look a little cheesy, it's more effective than the best CGI in the world, because the instant your eyes see CGI, your mind knows, like, okay, it takes you out of the movie and you're like, oh yeah, this isn't real. Whereas even if, a creature's in a bad suit, like, it's still real in that work. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but watch that podcast because they explain it really well. And there is a specific scene at the very end of the movie that is so over-the-top CGI that it definitely takes you out of it for a second. And it was stupid to CGI that whole thing. Like, they could have easily, like, used the doll doing the movement and just, like, animated the face or something. I don't know. To me, it definitely took you out of it. But overall, I really can't complain about anything with Chucky or Mark Hamill. That was brilliant. That was tight. I thought the pacing of the movie was really good. I heard some people saying that the pacing was too fast. But to me, it was perfect, because I hate when movies drag on. There are some movies that benefit, some stories that benefit from a slow-going story. Chucky is not one that you need to slow down. The new explanation for Chucky, which I thought was, cool. It had its own storyline. It didn't need a big explanation. It didn't need to be drug out. I think from beginning till end, every individual person's story within the story moved at a perfect pace. Nothing felt rushed or pushed. It told the story and it moved on, and it did what it needed to do, and I liked that. Aubrey Plaza did a really good job. It was interesting to see her play a mother. You always see her in these, like, goofy oddball roles, and when I first heard she was gonna be playing a mom, I was like, oh, that's gonna be kind of weird, but, like, she did it. It worked out. That is my short and sweet little review on Child's Play 2019. Like I said, I think you should definitely check it out. If you are a horror and or Chucky fan, I think it's a very enjoyable movie, and it's worth seeing. Enough just for the twist, to see a fresh take on the idea of Chucky, and especially what it says about our current obsession with technology and smart technology and how it's taking over the world. It's very interesting. Let me know if you guys saw the movie. Let me know if you liked it, if you didn't like it. Sound off in those comments below. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and I'll check you nerds later.